Go
Can you
over
adjust
there.
the volume on? I can hardly hear old Steve. Is that just how it is?
It's kind of just how it is.
Okay, it's not a big deal.
I mean, you might be able to turn me up over there. I don't know.
Keep going.
Check, check. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Yeah. Check 1. Getting excited. Yeah. We're streaming.
Oh, we're streaming. Do you hear him anymore? Better?
Check, check, check.
Yes, yeah.
You do?
everything sounds
Okay.
better now.
Is that going to make me way too loud over there, though, on the audio version?
No. You're-
Okay.
I mean, it sounds fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awkward.
All right, hit record again.
Cardigan?
Yes.
Pull over. It's Cardigan. Thanks for noticing.
All right.
All right, we are live.
We are live.
We've made it. Verbal assault.
Yes.
It's another late one. It's not the latest one.
Hey, Brian, move that Powerade out of the way. Let the people see what you got cooking there. Yeah, Steel Reserve, baby.
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came prepared. I have gum I really want to chew, but can I be that guy?
No.
Podcast cancer,
No.
man.
Not allowed to chew gum.
Yeah.
Can't be smacking into the
Gotta
mic.
hear it.
No. For all you assers.
I can just say words like moist.
All the
Oh, God.
all the real old fans of the podcast are now just feeling nostalgic for Dave and his Skittles.
Skittles. Beef
Well, I'm just trying to get the
back.
Subway out of my teeth, and then I'll be good.
Yeah, that Subway, man. Its stink will get on you. It'll get on your clothes.
For days.
It'll get in your hair. You'll be
And the
sweating it
depression
out.
of the girl who rang you up stays with you, too. All right.
You got to go with the tuna.
Oh, yeah.
Tuna used to be my favorite.
I would get tuna when I go there. I usually get tuna.
I like tuna on sandwiches. It's weird to me.
You don't like it?
No. I can only do it like sushi form.
Oh,
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't do canned.
Are you a coastal wolf?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have the raw tuna.
gotta be raw.
Shit. I like the fake. The more mayonnaise and pickles and black pepper and shit. That's where it's at.
That is good. I mean, especially if you make your own. I like put some jalapenos in there, like that, Well, my name is Nathan Eckel. Verbal Assault is, we're back again. I don't know what episode this is, 120 something.
125, I think.
125. We have special guests, very special guests.
Been trying to get him for a long time.
Yeah.
When's it gonna get here?
Brian Baldwin, how's it going?
It's going. I'm glad to be here. I have wanted to do this for a long time. I'm intimidated. I feel like you've turned into a fucking hippie and you never told me. Like,
I just wanted some cool skulls, Brian.
Yeah, what's like Day of the Dead shit, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that what that is? Yeah, it's nice.
Dia de los Muertos.
I don't know what that.
We
I feel
just
like that
didn't
candle used to have Jesus on it, but it's gone now.
Yeah, I just actually happened to have these, and then we started using them, but I should have got the Jesus candles. It's in the same section.
Yeah.
Oh, the Mexican section.
Yeah, a little Mexican candle section. It's got all
Yeah.
the saints, various saints on it. You can get some that for luck and wealth
Yeah.
that have like dollar signs all over them and shit.
The gas station, like where I live, there's a gas station in front of it, and there used to be this Mexican mart right beside it. Did you ever go into that? Steve, you don't remember?
Yeah.
Are you over by Eagleton?
No, off Alcoa Highway, like behind the flea market.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking
There
about.
was like it was like the best fucking Mexican food you'd ever get was in there. But
Just to eat that mic.
Eat it. So I'd eat there every day.
There you go.
No, but anyway, I bought a candle with, it just had like the devil or something that I thought looked fucking cool on it. And when the guy was ringing me, it's like, oh, people worship this guy. It's like this patron saint of death or something.
Yeah.
So I felt like a badass leaving there.
Oh, you want to take it home, Holmes?
Yeah, you're
Put it in
accent's
your
a lot
home.
better than mine. Mine sounded like a really, I don't know, obviously white person trying to sound Asian.
Well, they refer to that. There's a cult. It's kind of a cult. I guess I don't know if it's tied to Christianity or if there's another one, but it's in Breaking Bad, like that Mexican death cult. They worship like some kind of goddess or something, and I don't know if it's still tied to Christianity because I think it all gets tied in. And all
Santa Muerte.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's definitely a thing. People are scared of it.
Yeah, Mexican American folk Catholicism is what it says here.
Sounds fun.
Sounds like it's some
Yeah,
subgenre.
there it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Catholic Church is having some problems right now, aren't they? You guys heard?
It depends on how you define problem.
Oh, yeah, dude. And these priests that got arrested for their whatever, the sex ring. There was a commenter on Reddit showed up telling his story on how him and his buddy used to go to the church of one of these priests, or a couple of these priests actually. They were two of them were named in the article that I read, and he said that all the stuff they said happened to his friend, but his friend kind of like kept him out of it. Like they were going on this trip down to somewhere in Florida, something key, and apparently the priest had plans to kind of get him in a little bit closer, but the friend, who I guess was already involved but was trying to keep this commenter guy out of it, the commenter's dad had said something to him before the trip. He's like, hey, I just want you to know that if anything happens that makes you uncomfortable on this trip, you call me and mom and we'll get you home immediately. He didn't have any. He didn't think that anything like that was going on, but I guess, I don't know, being that there's priests, he thought that he should let his son know. And the other kid that was already involved had warned the priest, like, hey, he really will tell his dad, and his dad will totally believe him. And so the kid got left alone and never went on any of these other trips anymore, was never invited to these other events. And so that was just kind of weird. That was what kind of led me into like actually reading up on it and seeing like the names and kind of what was involved. Was this one commenter being like, "Yeah, that guy almost got me."
Okay, they fucking and I've only briefly read little pieces of it, but like 300 priests, 1,000 kids that they have in just this grand jury thing, and the stories were like. All these priests were working like a conspiracy. It was like almost, speaking of cults, it was kind of like that. They had certain kids that were groomed, that were ready down to do whatever because they had been prepared, and they would give them certain like crosses that were marked in a certain way so that other priests would know, like, yeah, that's one you can fuck that kid and keep his mouth shut kind of thing. And some of the stuff they described that they were having them do is like,
yeah, like they'd have them they'd have them like suck their dick while they're reading scripture to like over them or whatever, yeah, like real fucked up
standing
shit.
up on a table, acting like they're like crucified like Christ.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were like lay on the bed with your arms out like Jesus, and they I don't know, do all kinds of crazy shit to them.
Damn.
I want to see that on Blu-ray.
And they'd take Polaroids and they'd pass the Polaroids around, like playing card or like baseball cards or something.
That's fucked up. There was a really good movie I watched not too long ago though. It had like a Michael Keaton and Mark Ruffalo. It was all about this newspaper in this town that was trying to like expose. It's based on a true story.
Yeah, I
I
remember
know
what
what
you're
you're
talking
I can't remember the name of it. It was actually really good though. Yeah, it was a good movie.
That and somebody mentioned that case was like a tenth of the amount of. It was so small compared to this, and it's crazy. Patrick Everett, I still need to introduce you, right?
Yeah,
Patrick
yeah.
Everett.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
Good job.
I picked up a new beer. Can I say that?
Oh yeah.
Look at this. You see this, Steve-O?
I can see the can. I can't make out what it says though.
You're off Ice Smash. Ice fucking cherry lime, man.
Yeah.
Cherry
I haven't
lime.
even tried it yet.
Cherry and lime. Wow. Who are the geniuses that thought to put those two together?
Apparently Smirnoff.
Smirnoff. Yeah.
I mean, it's really sweet,
Really sweet.
of course.
Yeah. You're not gonna get through it.
Yeah, I'll try.
I think I can get through it.
Steve-O, how are you? Steve Marr.
Really good, man. So just to pick up where we left off last week, where I was going out to watch the launch. The launch went off about 24 hours late, but it went off. So Parker Solar Probe is on its way to the sun. and it should get close enough to start actually doing shit. If I'm understanding right, in November.
This is going super fast.
Just going real fast.
I would just. Was there? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Anything else on that, or was that just an update?
And
I didn't want to cut you off.
I took a really good photo of it, and I've also opened spacecoaststeve.com where you can buy prints of photos that I have taken.
So I'm gonna pick one up, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, Joe Call, actually, shout out to Joe Call. I don't know if he listens, but yeah, he actually bought one in the form of a mouse pad.
Oh,
Yeah, you can get like mugs and all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, there's all sorts of shit you can get on there.
This is all just your stuff?
Yeah. I only have 6 shots up there at the time, and just the ones that I think are the best ones I've taken so far. And I've got some more that I need to add and stuff. But yeah, they're full resolution photos. You can get them in just standard like 8x10 prints, which are only like $6 or $7, I think. But yeah, there's lots of other shit you can get.
Can I get like a full size body pillowcase, and I could call it my waifu and just full body hug it?
Fucking a star.
Hug the rocket. Yeah.
Yeah, hug the rocket.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention to you, Steve, a little earlier when we were saying, hey, it's going to be a little bit longer. We're waiting for Brian to get here. He was at work and stuff. I think Patrick, you said, I think it was. I bet Steve was so happy right now. He's got time to jerk off.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, Steve was probably glad that he's got this time.
I got ample time.
To his photos.
I got some jerk off time.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have been 100% right if you'd have said jerk off again.
All right. After last week's very popular Cool Cumber taste test, we have right now something very special.
Oh, I've seen these.
And I thought it was Mad Dog.
Ooh,
It's not
Bootlegger.
Mad Dog. It's Johnny Bootlegger.
Yeah.
We got Scarface Sour Raspberry.
Oh, Scarface.
Yeah. We got
He doesn't look Spanish.
Sing Sing Sour Grape.
I feel like these are like how priests get, altar boys reflective.
But it tastes like
Sing grape, you dumbass.
It says malt beverage.
Syndicate City Sour Peach.
What?
Like this is supposed to be like this is like gangster shit. This is
Yeah.
what they were drinking in the 20s.
I've had this one. What is that one?
That's Syndicate
Peach shot.
Sour
Peach.
and we have Alcatraz Sour Apple.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What are they? Are they
They're malt beverages.
it's
malt beverage? It's not even liquor?
Yeah, it's a malt beverage with natural
10%
and
alcohol. It's
artificial.
Oh, okay.
basically alcohol sugar juice.
Okay. All right.
Sugar without
It
alcohol.
just it
Scissor-
looks like hard liquor, but it's
Yeah,
20%.
I know
I mean, it's still strong, 20%.
It's like they started selling shots at Pilot and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if those are actual liquor or not. But
This says it pairs well with roofies. Are they really selling shots? What do you
yeah,
think?
they're like little. It looks like airplane shots. You'll see them at the register whenever you're up there. They're propped up there. I don't know if it's liquor
They're
or not.
of shit like this or like
Probably that same level
okay.
of bootlegging shit. But
Well, I feel like
you feel like a blue.
no. I think I know Brian likes blue drinks.
I love fake blue.
Yeah, he likes fake blue, and I'm just thinking this Sing Sing Sour Grape is probably going to taste the worst. So I want to try this one.
Yeah. I mean,
what
I'll
I'm-
try them all.
That's what I'm aiming for. Yeah, we just pass them around
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I'll just sip on this Miller Lite and pretend
look right there.
pretend it's blue.
Mail out.
envy
Ugh.
our drinks.
These,
I'm green personally over here with envy.
Well,
With envy.
I'll
Then
pour,
you need
I'll pour
Alcatraz.
one. I'll pour one out for you.
Okay, yeah, right on the floor.
Oh man, it really does taste like cough syrup.
Ooh.
Like grape cough syrup.
This smells terrible. This green apple shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's not.
I mean, it tastes like. I don't taste.
This is
If the
oddly
point is to
familiar
not taste like alcohol, I mean, it tastes like.
That's true.
It tastes like Kool-Aid.
I feel like I've tasted this apple once before.
This is definitely. Is
it freezer pop?
Priest approved.
Priest approved. Yeah, get those 10-year-old boys in there.
Does it taste like freezer pops?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Like
this blue one.
Yeah.
This blue one,
Thawed out freezer pops.
Yeah,
Let's see what this peach is here.
definitely the blue one.
Oh wow, I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, $2. $2.
You
for
don't
one of those.
say.
Yeah, $2. Think about it.
Damn.
For 10%.
Yeah, it's 6.8 ounces. $2, 10% alcohol. You know,
They couldn't have made this dude on the cover like any fucking better.
look more.
He just looks like, I don't know. He's like a pussy badass because it's obviously like grape and blue flavored shit, but he looks like he beats the fuck out of his wife. You know? He gets mad because he has a tummy ache. Too much sugar.
Like
Get in here, Alice.
like he gets his ass kicked at the bar and then goes home and takes it out on his wife.
Yeah.
Try this peach
Basically.
here. Peach wasn't too
He
bad.
kind of looks like he looks like the one Nazi in Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what
Oh,
you mean.
yeah.
The guy that gets his hand burned on the medallion
And his
thing.
face melted at the end.
Kind of got that look to his face.
Ooh, I kind of like it.
So
Yeah, the
let me
peach
see
is
the
pretty good.
peach.
Yeah.
Let me try this.
Try the blue one.
Steve-O, how enthralling is it?
Is
Oh,
your
this is great.
Jerk off of the day now.
Yeah, here it is. Well, it's already happened. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
Just now.
I just finished.
Tell me more about the peach.
Yeah, that's the benefit of his camera angle he's got going on.
Yeah, that's right.
Do
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's why I put the backdrop up so Brad couldn't tell when I was jerking off.
Yeah. Because
And
my
so
podcast
we
time.
couldn't- and so we couldn't see him.
Yeah.
It's the only way he gets off
You guys
now.
just put up a fucking partition.
Yeah.
Like on I just having
Listening
competitions.
to each other. Yeah.
I don't know why the first thing that came to my mind is I bet Brad
You're
is like, Brad, come! Brad, I bet that's his finishing.
You guys are like passing lube over the top to each other, back and forth to each other. Or just hit me with some more lube. Just like catching it on your dick.
Ugh.
We have this guy at our store that he's like in his 50s or 60s, but he's really funny and outgoing. And whenever someone calls him up for a delivery, if he's in the back, he goes, "I'm coming." That's good. So we all imagine him and his wife, whenever that happens.
That's where that leads.
Yeah,
What-
picturing
Wow.
picturing him with his wife.
Yeah.
So far, I gotta say and I like peach drinks.
Yeah.
I like a good peach knee high. You know, a good
Yeah.
peach soda. You ever have a good peach soda? That's
Tastes too fuzzy.
Yeah.
It does. It reminds me of eating a peach, and I hate peaches because they're fuzzy.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, what else? What the fuck else is there in the world that you eat that's fuzzy?
You don't shave the peach before you eat the fruit?
All right, Patrick, that's not a thing.
You never shaved peach before.
I know where you're going, but like I literally have in my head you with just like a fucking bic, and you're just seriously confused on how you're supposed to eat a peach.
I'm picturing with an electric razor.
And I'm
And if you don't like the fuzz, just shave it off before you eat it.
Okay. I guess that's what the priests believe too, right?
You know.
That's the priest mantra. You don't like the fuzz? Shave it off before you eat it.
Guys, we can never work at Disney now. I don't know what your plans were. For the
Oh, actually, I
future.
think we fit in better there.
All right. Apple's the last one. I haven't tasted the apple.
I have to say something. I feel fucking completely stupid, but I have to call myself out.
What?
Yeah.
You're just use the term peach fuzz in regards to like facial hair or something like that.
Oh, I was talking
I've never
about
put
peach,
those
but
two
okay.
together.
No.
I've just always been like, why do they call it peach fuzz? I don't know. And so I
man.
learned something today. Don't
Good job.
face palm yourself.
No, I was my eyebrow.
No.
My eyebrow was itching. It was getting itchy over here.
No, we
Just
learn
gotta-
things. Show.
Trying to keep my eyebrows straight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
See, I would have been the perfect victim for a priest. You know, I'm so stupid.
Well,
I don't even know what people.
Brian, you were raised Catholic.
This is true.
I mean,
this is true.
You know, we get into deep topics here on this show, and
Nothing deeper than a boy's asshole.
If you have anything you want to confess to us.
Oh wow, that'd be weird. I haven't done confession in forever. I do now. I've told you guys.
What happened to you?
Yeah. Dude, it is weird though. Like when I was a kid, you know, because I went, you know, I did this all the way through basically like sophomore year. I think in high school is kind of when I quit going. I actually, you know, in confession one time talked about beating off. You know, I felt so bad. For some reason, the priest was really interested. You know.
Was it really?
It's like you owe me 10 Hail Marys and let's call it 5 blowjobs. No, I mean it's a true. Not the priest saying that shit or anything, but yeah, it was true. It's fucking weird when I look back on it. It's like I didn't tell anybody. I don't know about you guys. I didn't even tell my friends. Like, hey, y'all beat off. You know what I mean? I felt fucking weird about sitting here telling the priest. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it last week. Actually, was it last week or week before? We talked about our first jerk off stories.
Yeah.
And how you couldn't talk about it with your friends because nobody jerks off. Like you make fun of, like you say that someone jerks off and that's a way of making fun. Oh, you fucking jerk off when you're like 13, 14, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it meant I was gay. Yeah, I did. I was like,
Oh my god, I'm gay.
you know, and then I love my dick so much.
So I've talked about this on the podcast before, but it was a long time ago, very early episode, and maybe you guys remember this. Remember me talking about being in art class when I was in high school? This would have been 10th grade, pretty sure 10th grade, and we had like 4-person tables, like 2 on each side, and I just happened to be at this table with these 3 black dudes that were all friends, and they all at one point they all started talking about how did they talk about it? It would be referred to here or there, and then at some point you would hear a story about one guy would be talking about the other one who's sitting there like making fun of him. He's like, oh yeah, we were hanging out watching this movie, and oh, what's his face over there just started jerking off, and they're like, that's just fucking weird, isn't it? But they're all laughing, and it's like it was a thing they all did. They would like just jerk off next to each other, and when they would be like somebody's house, like,
What?
movie comes on, and it's just like,
Why would you be surprised though? As much as
I had a friend do that.
the
Weird.
what is it?
yeah. I mean, in high
sorry.
school, like, I mean, was there drinking involved? Was it
No.
funny?
This is just straight over sitting around. I think we're watching Braveheart.
You masturbated a Braveheart?
No, I didn't. I wish I was that cool. I envy my friends. Like I'm just sitting there. I had this like sectional couch, and like the first side of it was like 2 recliners. So we're sitting there watching fucking Braveheart. I had no idea my buddies are sitting beside me. You know, he's got pillows and he's jerking. I guess he just couldn't hold it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There's something about Mel Gibson, you know.
What about Mel? Not those titty scenes. It's got to be Mel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that's right.
Mel
There's
and
boobs in that
sword.
movie. Maybe that
Yeah.
was what done it.
I can't get those
What
old
else?
boobs out of my head.
And that was when we knew that Brian would never be a detective.
Yeah. I didn't know he was beating off next to me the whole time. Hey man, why you shake?
I'm trying to put it down.
Jeez.
Oh, this is funny.
finish.
You guys want to hear a funny beat off story?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
So I'm
That's what our show is. It's
that's
like
awesome. I like this.
blowjobs and beat off stories.
I got
Yeah.
stories for days. I was on a hunting trip with my dad.
Yeah, that's how the best ones start.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. And I was in a tree stand, and you know,
Yeah.
it was like 14. It's like you look at anything, and you're like, man, I'd fuck that, you know. So I'm looking at my dad. No, anyway, I'm just sitting up there bored to shit, you know. I wasn't like in the hunting. I mean, I liked fishing and shit, but you know, at that time I was like listening to Tupac and shit. I didn't you know what I mean? I didn't really want to be in the woods. So I'm sitting there in a tree stand. I'm like, I guess I'll just
you're
chug.
gonna be in the hood, right?
Yeah. I'd rather be fucking, throwing down, shooting bitches. But so I'm sitting there bored as shit, and I'm like, well, might as well just go ahead and tug one out. And here's the real funny part of it. That's funny anyway. Actually, I give myself mad props for beating off in a tree. That's pretty cool. In some sort of a really sad way. But my dad, I guess, thought I was like fucking freezing cold.
You thought you were you're like,
Yeah. Luckily I had finished, man. And like, he's walking up the fucking ladder of the tree stand. Because up here he's like, you cold, son? I'm like, huh? Yeah. That's pretty good.
thank God you didn't fucking shoot it out and it fucking hit
Yeah,
the
right.
gang.
He's like, it's all right, son, I'm coming. Me too. Didn't shoot a deer, but shot my bullseye my dad in the fucking eye. That's funny. Beating off so funny. When does it ever become? It's never. I was gonna say, when does it become socially acceptable? When can I just walk around Walmart and shop for fucking cereal with my dick out? I guess you can't do that though.
We have a nude beach here.
What?
There's a nude beach.
In your town, really?
Well, I mean, not in Cocoa Beach, but yeah, north of all the launch pads, there's a beach called Playa Linda, and
What's it called?
well, a lot of locals incorrectly pronounce it Playa Linda, but playa is the Spanish word for beach, so I have to assume that it's Playa Linda. But anyway, there's several parking lots, right? And it's kind of the area of the beach that you're on is just identified by whatever parking lot, 1, 2, 3, whatever. But if you go all the way to the end to parking lot 13, that's where the nude beach is. And it's not like it's government sanctioned or anything. Like, you're not technically allowed, but it's just kind of understood that all the way at the end of the road that is the Playa Linda Beach Access Road, if you go all the way to the end, that's where the nudists like to hang out.
And it's legal? Is that what you mean?
It's not legal. I mean, they can come in there and run you off, maybe even ticket you. But it's one of those things that's just kind of understood to locals. And I've talked to other people that have lived here a while that, like, they didn't know at one time and they ended up on that beach. Were like, oh, shit, I didn't know this. So I've had it verified by people that I know. I haven't been out there myself, but other people I've talked to.
The only one I know of that actually was legal was like Miami, like South Beach or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
But guys, don't forget this Johnny Bootlegger. Now we got to finish off 4
I've
minutes.
got 3 drinks in
That's
here.
all the sugar.
And a Powerade if I want to get real wild.
They got to be done by the end of this.
Okay.
Well, Nathan, I don't think you know this, which there's no way you do, but we got some jinx going on with our stories. I was totally going to bring up the same story you just sent me. Not the exact same article. It was a different website, but yeah, you and I, we zeroed in on the same thing.
Well, we talked about that before, and I guess this is sort of an update.
Yeah.
And I really just saw it, and I was thought about Brian being on the podcast, and I thought he would love the fuck out of that picture. So
Yeah. Well, I can show him this picture.
So this is the Satanic Temple in Arkansas.
Oh, I just seen that today.
Is this where they put up the statue of Baphomet?
Yeah, so there it is.
Yeah. I didn't read.
With the little child, I just realized the little children next to him. What the fuck is that? What? Okay, what is this guy? Who is he?
Baphomet loves little children too.
Yeah.
Who is Baphomet?
Yeah, who is he?
Baphomet. He's like.
Is it? I mean, do we know like specifically? I mean, I looked at it. I was like, oh, it's Beelzebub or Baal or something like that. But it's Baphomet apparently, and
No, Baphomet's more like it's not in the Bible. It's more a lesser key of Solomon kind of thing. So he's like a demonic entity that is I'm guessing is sort of a type of Satan. So there are different types of Satan. So there's like your Satan, your regular Satan, and you got Lucifer, the being the angel of light, and then a devil, the devil. They're different interpretations of those things, and some kind of split them into different things. I think Baphomet is kind of one of those, but could look it up, but I guess I don't know. See, that's the statue that they want to put at the courthouse.
Yeah, it is on a pallet, by the way. It's not actually put in place.
Yeah, they just sort of unveiled it, and they're still in this lawsuit suing to get the the right to basically.
Well, I didn't get to read like what it was in like protest of something.
It was in
right?
response to them putting up the 10 Commandments at the courthouse or the city hall or something like that, and so they said, okay. And didn't they petitioned or tried to contact or try to go about this officially through the proper channels, but they never got a response, and so they ended up just taking the statue out there and unveiling it, without the proper permission. But I like, do they actually want to put it in, or is this more of a like, you guys need to take down your 10 Commandments?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably some of both, I guess, right?
Yeah, I don't think they actually want to put this on display at the courthouse.
Well, I'm sure they would love to have it on display. I don't know if they're going to get that, but
I mean,
they're going to try, but it's definitely part of it is to, hey, we also don't want, the 10 Commandments on public land, but
right.
I mean, made that statue, that couldn't have been fucking cheap. It's a bronze.
Yeah, I was just thinking, man, that thing's got to be tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, I just couldn't imagine anyone giving the okay to that though. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. No, there's no way. I would assume that they'll take down the 10 Commandments before they'll put this thing up.
Right.
Which is fine with me. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's religion and state separate.
I would love to just see that statue. I think that'd be sweet.
That would be cool.
Yeah, take a trip out there tomorrow.
Where is it?
It's in Arkansas.
It's in Arkansas State Capitol.
So the one reason to go to Arkansas, like what else is there in Arkansas?
Did anybody tell these people that they're in Arkansas? Because I think they may have forgotten that there's other places they could go. They don't have to be in Arkansas.
Seriously, I'm actually trying to think right now. Is there?
There's Little Rock.
Thing like a fucking cool park or something.
No, they have what is it? The Ozarks. The Ozarks are like a cool kind of place that people go, but I've never been there.
I only heard of it because of the show on Netflix. That was the only time I heard of it.
It's where Bill and Hillary Clinton are from. That's
I know about it because a long time ago I got this PC game called Redneck Hunting. And
I remember that. Yeah.
And one of the levels was in the Ozarks, and I'm pretty sure it was in Arkansas.
What was that? The one where you're the deer and you're hunting?
Oh no, no, not that one. I mean, it might not have been called specifically Redneck Hunting, but it had redneck and hunting in the name. It was really just cheap ass game. Really shit.
It's just a Fartside comic, deer hunting.
Yeah, it was a computer game. I had it. I thought it was funny.
I mean, it might have been an option I just didn't explore. I don't know. I was trying to hunt them turkeys and deers myself.
Oh.
So from Wikipedia, the name Baphomet first appeared in trial transcripts for the Inquisition of the Knights Templar in the early 14th century. Since 1856, the name Baphomet has been associated with the Sabbatic goat image drawn by Eliphas Levi. Eliphas Levi was one of the early occultists even before Aleister Crowley. He's written quite a few books. I've wanted to get some of his stuff. I kind of fell off of the whole occult thing, and it gets really weird. I mean, all occultism, when you start getting into it, you just start to see how little sense any of it makes, and it's almost like it's intentionally obscuring things, which is what occult means. It just means in the dark, keeping things in the dark, but which contains binary elements representing the sum total of the universe, male and female, good and evil, on and off. On one hand, Levi's intention was to symbolize his concept of the equilibrium of the opposites that was essential to his magnetistic notion of the astral light. On the other hand, the Baphomet represents a heretical tradition that should result in a perfect social order, a notion that can only be understood against Levi's socialist background. So yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
He's got wings, bro.
It goes way on. Yeah, it goes way
He's
off.
got wings and a goat head and a human body. He loves kids.
And I don't know what he's gonna do with those 2 fingers.
Yeah.
But I feel a lot safer around him than I would around a priest.
I feel like I don't know. There is something that draws me towards that. Like, I don't want to say like gothic image. I'm not like into fucking gargoyles and shit, but you know, like the Baphomet stuff. I don't know. I think that shit looks cool.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I think it's like, like if I paid more attention to stuff like that when I was younger, I totally could have seen my life being different. You know, like getting into it just because, oh man, it looks cool. You know, listen to Korn and shit.
Might be in black robes right now.
Yeah, I might be in trap pants and fucking.
Yeah.
What the hell? How do you get away with that?
I don't know. It's awesome.
I mean, their first album was pretty cool, but like I don't know, they do all that shit, and it's like, what's the name? This is called Toast. It doesn't make any fucking sense for that band. I didn't think. I don't know. Their first album was breakthrough though, right? I didn't really heard anything like their first one when it came out.
I tell you, I've never been one to just listen to Korn all the way through albums.
I feel like you're a better person for that.
Yeah, I just like the hits. You know, I'm all about the hits with them. But yeah, they're really good. I always wondered, like, what was that first band practice like with Marilyn Manson when he came in and started singing like that? They're like, hey, okay, we got these songs together, we got the chord progressions, we're ready to go, we got a structure. All right, you got some lyrics. All right, start singing them.
Actually, before I forget, that's really weird. I bet I brought up Korn like not even realizing why. I had seen an article earlier. His wife was like 39 and died like today or yesterday. Like Jonathan Davis.
Oh yeah.
Korn, his wife. I mean, I don't fucking know her. It's not like anyone gives a shit. I just thought I'd say that for a little bit of music trivia. I don't know why she died. She probably
his wife died.
Yeah. Huh. Marilyn Manson's coming here, Steve-O.
Really?
He is. Yeah.
I bet he's got like 7 albums out that I haven't heard. Like I think the last thing I heard was like
I think Marilyn Manson's like Guar. You know what I mean? Like no one actually fucking listens to Guar. They go to see the Pope jack off and get decapitated. You know, like, that's why you go to a Guar show. I couldn't tell you a single fucking song. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to under this table and go piss.
What?
It's always small bladder, Patrick.
Small bladder.
Just got that small.
Should
bladder.
I just move? Do you want?
No.
Is this like a routine? You like to crawl?
Yeah.
He likes to get on his hands and knees.
Yeah.
It's like that. What was that fucking
table.
video we were talking about the other day? I've been a bad girl. I'm crawling across the floor. Fiona Apple. Yeah.
You gonna be able to make it?
Here he goes.
And Patrick is now under the table. I'm waiting for the head bonk that knocks everything over.
Yes.
Dave's ball, not my ball.
Well, oh shit, this one that's Patrick's story. I have some. I got something. I got something.
What you got?
So apparently, Google records your location even when you tell it not to.
Yeah, I believe that.
And they actually sort of came clean about it. So you can go into your phone and turn off location services for individual apps, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't do the trick. It's all that does is it stops Google from recording your locations and then showing you. There's a thing you can go to, location history, and it'll show you kind of like a line on a map of everywhere you went.
Right.
But it still maintains your GPS location like throughout the rest of the day and uses that for like ad type stuff. So to stop Google from saving these location marks, the company, I am reading part of an article here. The company says users can turn off another setting, one that does not specifically reference location information. It's called web and app activity, and it's enabled by default. That setting stores a variety of information from Google Apps and websites to your Google account. So when it's paused, it will prevent activity from any device from being saved to your account. But leaving it on and turning location services off only prevents them from adding your movements to your timeline. So there's no way of looking at these settings and knowing that this is what this is. The only way you would ever know it goes. I can remember it. So it's the only way that you would ever know that this setting does that is if you first turned it off, and then later on went back and turned it on. It'll pop up a warning and say, "Hey, this setting will record data, some of which includes your location." It's the only time you would ever be notified that that's what this is doing.
I feel like I really wish Dave was here because he's one that he was so,
I thought he was going to be here, and I was like, "Yeah, Dave will dig into this."
He's always been so adamant about, I keep my location turned off, kind of thing. And
right.
Can't be tracking me, but they always know where you're at. I mean, at some point, Google is going to become like it's going to be fucking Skynet, and either we're going to be like storming their buildings and like burning them down, or we'll just be their slaves.
Or we worship them.
Or we won't. Yeah, they'll be basically Baphomet. They'll be like digital Baphomet, and we'll be little kids gathered around
to get fingered
at
by
their
him.
knees, getting fingered by Baphomet with a big fucking, with like the red, green, and yellow horns coming out of its fucking head.
Yeah. And I guess similar news would be that the internet service providers have now requested that they be considered a utility after all of the shit about how they should not ever be considered a utility because it's too competitive. The market is too competitive for them to have such strict regulations. And now they want the government to throw in on upgrading everybody's broadband, help them pay for new systems or whatever. And they're saying it should be used like a utility. See, okay, right here. So now this is coming from a U.S. Telecom CEO Jonathan Spalter. It says, like electricity, broadband is essential to every American. Yet U.S. broadband infrastructure has been financed largely by the private sector without assurance that such costs can be recovered through increased consumer rates. And this is part of their plea for a little bit of cash kicked their way. And let's see, I saw in here this company is actually representing multiple, like AT&T, Verizon, and stuff. They're kind of speaking on behalf of these companies and trying to convince the government that now they should consider broadband as a utility.
I mean,
which I agree. I think it should be a utility. I think everyone should have access to the internet, even if they don't want to use it. And
one of the reasons, if you guys saw this story, and it's snowballing from the Alex Jones thing, and other people now are being kicked off services. But the craziest one I've seen. So there's a guy named Robert Spencer, and I don't want him to be confused with Richard Spencer, who's the white nationalist dude. This is another guy named Robert Spencer, who is a Jewish guy, and he has a website called Jihadi Watch. And I think basically what he does is just, I don't know very much about him, but I think he collects stories about terrorist attacks and different things that jihadi Islam, those kind of people, extremists are doing. He just collects those stories is basically what it is. Mm-hmm. He had a Patreon account, and his Patreon was shut down. And the thing is, like, Patreon, he put in a complaint with Patreon, and he said, "What's going on?" And Patreon wrote him back and said, "You didn't violate any of our terms of service. There's nothing that you did because of us, from our point of view. But MasterCard, who we do business with, and we have certain deals with, MasterCard wanted your Patreon shut down."
And all he's doing, I assume, okay, so if he's a white nationalist, he's probably accumulating these stories to prove it.
No. I'm saying no.
Oh no, this is not the white nationalist.
Yeah, I'm saying he has a name similar, and I didn't want him to get confused with the white nationalist. But honestly, even if he was a fucking white nationalist, I would say that, he ought to be able to get a fucking credit card.
Well, yeah.
Even if he's a fucking asshole. But but it's some with this guy who's literally just pointing out, he's putting out news about jihadists and shit killing people. These kind of things now are being defended and in a way, well, excused. Like, well, we don't want to talk about it because, well, that just means people will be mean to Muslims. Like,
Right.
well, no, but we need to know what's happening, and maybe there's something we could do to fix these kind of things. But
is that his motivation? Do you know enough about?
Yeah,
like his
like
motivation is to make him look bad.
Yeah, he's pointing out the shit that's going on, and that's about all I know.
Yeah.
I don't really know what he's in detail.
Saw that MasterCard would want him pulled from Patreon for that.
Yeah, that they would even speak up. It's weird.
I mean, it is weird. I mean,
Like who would ever make that connection? Oh, this guy. Oh, he probably has a MasterCard. I'm gonna ban or boycott MasterCard now.
right? Nobody. Yeah, that's the
Seems-
thing. It's not about their getting customers or not. It's about them throwing around their political weight and having a certain agenda, whatever that may be.
God damn.
Just like Tommy Robinson being thrown in prison for bullshit and being almost starved to death, and now probably going to end up going back.
Fucking companies, fucking just do your thing and make your money. Don't. Why do they have to be political? I mean, I guess I understand if it's something that affects them directly, but why would MasterCard speak out about something like this?
I mean, I don't think any of these people give a shit. It's all just about like, I want to tread carefully because I mean, we know how conversations like this go one thing and it just opens up a whole can of worms. But like, I tend to believe that in this climate, it is more left leaning right now, especially with, I mean, I guess it's always been that way with Hollywood and companies and stuff like that. But like, I don't think any of them do give a shit. I think it's just saving face. It's kind of like what you're saying. Like, we can't have, if there's even the slightest notion that someone thinks that we're affiliated with someone who's judging someone of color or of addition or of like a different creed or something, like, we can't have that. Let's just go ahead and make sure it's not going to affect us, and we'll just get rid of this fucking person. And I think that's fucked up.
Well, there definitely are like mobs of people online that go after anybody at the drop of a hat. And you see
it's
how
true.
Side,
Yeah, no.
But like that, the whole race thing now, it's like you can't insult. You can't get in an argument. A white person, if you get in an argument with any kind of POC, person of color, doesn't have to be about race. It could be about anything, but you're gonna get that label
Online.
Yeah,
online.
Yeah, online.
Because
like it's different.
I remember, just from bar hopping and shit, like whenever the whole Black Lives Matter thing was really coming about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know me pretty well. There's not a racist bone in my body, but I'm also I'm just open for discussion. I mean, I kind of talk to everyone like I've known them forever. So, I mean, this one night in particular, I was approaching a couple of black people and asking them, like, specifically, like, no, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was pretty fucking trash. So I didn't really retain any information, but we were able to have, I remember it being a good discussion. And I seen the guys there like a couple of, weeks later, like I went back and they're there and I was like, just kind of act like I was picking up where we left off. So basically what I'm trying to get at, and, I feel like online, well, you guys know that doesn't need an explanation. Online people will just go, they'll find any fucking thing, but in person, I feel like it's okay.
Yeah, you'll make one sentence and all of a sudden people know where you're coming from somehow.
Yeah. Fuck MasterCard. Right?
That's right. Burn it down.
Fucking done with them. You know what else I hate? Libraries.
Down with MasterCard, up with masturbation. Yay!
Otherwise, me and my buddy, well, you guys know Steven.
Mm-hmm.
We used to talk about how funny it'd be to like take the song Imagine, John Lennon, like make it about like all like the good things. That were like, imagine there's no puppies. Imagine there's no firefighters. I think it's funny. But like make it happy, like, God, this world sucks because of fucking EMTs.
All right.
Anyway, I just thought you guys would want to write the song with me.
Oh, that's what.
Okay, yeah. Wait, put the
Not now. Do some homework. Think about things you really hate.
like puppies.
like fucking
and firefighters.
yeah, things like that are destroying this country every day.
Priest.
Yeah.
Patrick, you sent Steve a story.
Yeah. I don't know why it sent you 2 links again.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have learned to always click on the second one,
Yeah.
Oh, to Patrick. Calling.
I don't know what it is.
but I've got it.
Yeah.
I've got it.
Get into that blue drink.
Damn,
Go
I
got
for
it.
Oh.
You go for it.
Man.
Built up quite a thirst there, Patrick.
Huh?
Did you not? You built up a thirst crawling around there.
Yeah,
No,
get
no,
you some of
that's
that.
a lot of-
Johnny
that's a lot of
Bootlegger.
sugar.
Get you some of that
Jesus
Johnny.
Christ.
You're
Lot of
full of
sugar.
sugar, baby.
Oh, thanks.
Man, I gotta like catch up. This fucking 3.5% Miller Lite isn't really doing it.
Oh, this isn't. I'm not buzzed. This is, this is a natural high, man. It was naturally fucking weird.
So the title of this is website promised free anti-Antifa shirts. Alt-right signed up. It was a trap.
It's a trap.
It was basically Antifa made this website for the anti-Antifa to sign up to get these shirts. And they never got the shirts. What they did was release their names and addresses.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they doxed him.
Great
Yeah.
people, Antifa.
Yeah. That's basically the gist of that. That's what they did.
It was the anti-Antifa that released the Antifa people.
No, it was
No, it's the other way
Antifa
around.
Oh, they were posing as anti-Antifa.
just to get people's info.
Can somebody please explain to me what that is? I mean, I know it stands for anti-fascism, but what are they? What is it that they're mad about? What are they trying to change? Like, what's their thing?
I couldn't really tell you. I think the funniest thing that I've heard about it, though, just to poke fun at Jerry for a second, there's like some kind of relief going on somewhere, like like a hurricane or something. I feel really dumb because I can't remember what it was, and it wasn't really that long ago.
Irma. Irma.
Yeah. And he was like, who
I
wasn't
was
there?
affected.
No, he was like, who wasn't there? Antifa. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, they weren't there. I was like, there's not one single anti-fascist person down there trying to help. Is that what you're saying? Because I'm the same with you. I don't understand like really what the group itself is.
Well, I can tell you what they do. Now they have the label of anti-fascist, but their definition of fascist is just normal conservative people. So like people like this guy Ben Shapiro I've mentioned on the show, who's basically he's a nerdy fucking Jewish.
Oh, I know who Ben Shapiro is.
Okay, you do. I don't know how many other people do, but
and I think he gets more of a bad rap than he should.
He does. I mean, he can be like in debates, he can be pretty cutting, but he's pretty like mild.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he had massive, protests and and people started fucking rioting and shit. He had to, pay tens of thousands of dollars for security. Like it just when basically anytime any kind of conservative group does something, tries to stage their own kind of like a walk or protest, or some kind of well-known conservative tries to give a talk somewhere, Antifa just shows up and starts fucking people up. This actually happened, this Unite the Right thing, the alt-right thing that happened last year. Well, the anniversary of that was this last week. And so that happened again. And literally like 19, 20.
I've seen the pictures of this.
It was, it was like,
Whoa.
talking in I guess it was DC.
Oh, I seen the
happened?
picture, and it was.
I don't know. It went away there for a second. Go ahead. Continue. Yeah, it just went away for a few seconds.
It's Charlie Brown.
It's Charlie Brown.
Not the way I know him.
That's Charlie Brown as he gotten older.
Yeah. And grew a beard.
Yeah, no, I guess I just assumed it was local because one of my friends on Facebook, who was local, like posted something about it, and I associate her with Market Square, so I was like, oh, I guess there was a
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I should probably start clicking on these things more than just like reading the fucking tagline and assuming I know what's up.
Well, what I'm saying, like for this particular one, what happened was like 20 of these white nationalist people showed up, and they basically walked down a certain street and then left, really. And then you had 100 times more Antifa people out there, and they basically just started, wrecking shit, which is basically what they do. They started attacking cops and breaking things, and I mean, New Jersey has them listed as a domestic terrorist organization. They're basically just assholes, parading around as anti-fascists. And
wait, so they're left? Antifa are lefters or the?
Yeah, I would
a little
say
more extreme though. Like,
Let's
extreme
let's
left, like violent extreme left.
yeah.
let's read the definition of fascism because I had never read it myself.
Nobody knows what it is. Yeah, nobody understands.
Okay,
They go around people in the face.
it is a political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts nation and often race above the individual and that stands for a centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader, severe economic and social regimentation, and forcible suppression of opposition.
Yeah, that's
So it would seem like it's the left that's accusing the right of being fascist, right?
right.
Is that,
saying anybody on the right is fascist. Yeah,
because they're exalting nation and race over. Yeah. Okay. So the right wingers
care about the race part. It's just there's a small few that are talking about race, and then most of them are they're more nationalists. They're just saying, hey, let's care about America first, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. So
the fascism, traditionally, like Italy, it's about it's government control of the economy. Basically, they have strict economic control and basically run the various corporations. Is the main kind of with the strong national tie in all of that.
And that's what Italy has now.
What? So what's that?
And that's what Italy has now. That's the form of government.
No, I'm talking about Mussolini.
Okay, okay. Because I was gonna like nobody. It's like fascist is a bad word. Nobody would ever say, "Yeah, we're a fascist government." Yeah.
Right. No. Yeah, I'm talking about the original. Yeah, I'm talking about the fascist Italy when it was created.
Right. But then again, there are countries that are like, "Yeah, we're communist." Whereas we hear that and we're like, you would never claim yourself to be a communist, but obviously there are places in the world where they're like, yeah, we're communists.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, a lot of people. Like
crazy number in universities, like in different in like the certain departments in universities, it's like 60%.
That actually believe that communism is a good idea?
Because it was not done right, Steve-O.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's good on paper. We just got to do it right. We have to remove individual choices, but still give them like a little choice. Make them think that there's a choice, but you can't really move out of the class that you're in. But but it's nice, right? Like you like shoveling coal, right? It's cool.
Well, the thing
Ever
is,
since I was a little boy.
yeah, it's like, we'll all own means of production. All of us will be wealthy equally, and but it doesn't go down. I tried it. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Yeah, you could never have it go down that way. I mean, what is the proposed method of like, okay, everybody, you do your job that the government assigns you, and then we all make the same amount of money.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
But I mean, it could if everybody actually like, okay, everybody work as hard as you can doing the job that you do, and then everybody makes $50,000 a year.
But people don't.
But then they don't. They don't. They never will. They never ever will.
That's not how it works. Well, and this is the thing, like Jordan Peterson points out, and he's one to, if you want to learn about this shit, he's a really good authority on this. But it's like, even if you do have the best intentions, even if you really believe in communism and you think there's a way for it to work, and you only care about the people, the workers, even if you are that person and you get that system going and in place, what's going to happen is the people underneath you are then going to supplant you, and they're going to take you out, and then they're going to gain control. Mm-hmm. It's just going to go the way it's always gone, because that's just the way people are.
Yeah. Over time, it will eventually go that way. The people at the top are going to be like, well, I worked really hard to be here. I shouldn't be making the same amount as the coal miner. And
I shouldn't be making the same amount as a person that's not working nearly as hard as I am.
right.
You know?
And it's true. It's true. That's why capitalism, bitches.
That's right.
Right, Brian? Right, Brian?
I didn't know what you were about to do. I thought he was just gonna fucking like throw his mic down. That's it.
That's it. I'm out.
This is my
Steve-O.
This is my final performance.
Steve-O, can I get one of your posters of like a picture of space when it says capitalism, bitches?
Capitalism. Yeah, I'll Photoshop one just for you. I'll put
When you
capitalism.
say how
bitches
many
in.
items, like, I mean, can I basically just pick anything and you can print on it? Send you a pair of-
There are a list of items that can because I'm not the one doing this. You see,
Here's the catch. Yeah, I see.
yeah, there's the catch. The bait. It's the bait and switch, really.
It's what?
It's
bait.
Yeah, the old bait and switch.
I think that's cool though. I did see that latest picture, and I feel like a dickhead now because I remember when I seen it, and you're like, you had like the fucking prayer hands and shit. Here. And you know what? I didn't do, fuck you, Steve-O. I didn't share that.
It's
shit.
honestly, it's fun.
Yeah, I feel like an asshole. I'm actually gonna do that while we're.
Honestly, whenever I posted it, I didn't have that. Like, I always hate it when people do that stuff, but I wish that I would have said is like, please share ... if you're that kind of person, because I'm not that kind of person. I'll like it, but I'm not really like just because you tell me to share something doesn't mean I'm going to share it. I'll share it if I'm interested in it. But,
I want to do it to support my friend. Plus, I thought the picture was really cool. I think it's all right the way you word it. It's okay.
cool.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
look.
I've criticized those actions in the past.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Cool.
Listen to me, son.
Yes.
It's not your fault.
But the priest asked if I wanted to go, and I said yes. He asked
No.
if I wanted to go to the Keys, and I said yes.
It's not your fault. Have you never seen this fucking movie? What are you doing right now?
Oh, no, I haven't. What are you talking about?
You've never seen Good Will Hunting?
I thought he was doing good.
You get off here right now and go watch Good Will Hunting.
Okay, all right, guys, gotta go. I think I have, but I don't know. I don't remember.
I like the priest part. That was actually better than Good Will Hunting, and that's my favorite movie. So
Favorite of all time?
That is my
Like
favorite.
how? I'm not sure that can be true. I mean, with
What?
great.
What's that mean?
I mean,
I really vanilla is my favorite ice cream. I don't think so.
I
Brian.
don't think that could be true. I mean, with such great cinematic adventures as, say, Top Gun.
What?
I mean,
Yeah, you just stick to space.
Troll.
No, I'm okay.
Two.
Yeah,
Troll 2.
Troll 2. No, I'm okay with Top Gun. I mean, it's like
They are doing a sequel.
they are doing a sequel. I heard.
Well, not a remake.
It is.
I heard it's a sequel.
starring Tom Cruise too, right?
Starring
Getting
Tom
back in
Cruise,
shape
yeah.
For it.
Steve-O,
Got a lot of shape.
I'm about to share this shit. Are you ready?
Oh, I done did it.
Live sharing.
Share now.
Is Brian on his phone?
I see it.
Yeah.
I can see a picture from over here.
I just shared it.
Oh, I just got a Patrick and a Brian share. Holy
Aw,
shit!
That's the best kind of share there
Aw. Thanks, guys.
Like
You're
right
welcome.
between them. You know?
is. Oh, I want some. I want some clothing with pictures you've taken on it.
I can only assume there's T-shirts. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if there are.
Can you get like a Hulk Hogan style?
Can you
do-rag?
Photoshop like an Indian wolf onto it?
A coastal wolf.
Yes.
Because that one was well, actually, two of those were taken right on the beach, so I could probably do that. Oh, that would be awesome. I could have like a whole gallery with just like kind of funny shit, or coastal wolf shots, the same shots just with a postal wolf in there. He delivers your mail. he gets angry from time to time and eats people. He goes postal wolf.
Oh man.
What the
I'm
fuck,
trying to think of,
guys?
like, some really distasteful like Challenger T-shirts and shit you could make.
Oh,
Is it time that we make fun of the Challenger yet? Is
yeah. it has to say "Go with throttle up," and then the picture, because that's the icon. If you've ever watched the video of Challenger blowing up, it's Challenger go with throttle up, and then like 3 seconds later it blows up.
Oh man, what a letdown!
What a letdown!
What a fuck!
Yeah, but that
What a bunch of losers! We were all so excited.
yeah, but Krista was a bitch.
Wait, was she?
That's the teacher.
I don't know.
Steve,
This is your porn,
He knows
man.
these
This is your
people
thing.
so
I just know it was a
Krista
fucking
was a
thing.
bitch.
Yeah.
What did she do that was bitchy? I want to know.
Yeah.
How do you know she's a bitch?
Well, she didn't let her other there were nine people that were being considered for that slot, the teacher going into space, and she went herself. She should have let somebody else go.
What do you mean? I'm serious. Actually, I'm not following that. There were 9 people.
There were 9 people that were
She
being
was the ones that had to decide.
there were 9 people that were being considered to be the first teacher in space, right?
Uh-huh.
And she went. She could have said, "You know what? I'm gonna let Susie go." You know?
Well, I mean, I bet if she had it to do over, that'd be what happened. But like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, is this one of those situations? Like, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna go, and then all 8 others they're gonna say they're not gonna go, and then it's gonna loop back around and gonna be like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
exactly. Yeah, she totally did not do that.
She gave nobody
He's
else
not
a
being
chance.
serious,
He's not being
He's not
serious.
being
No,
serious.
but there really were 9 people considered. I think it was 9. There were several people considered for that position.
So good at sounding serious.
He is. I believed that, and I was also slightly confused. I'm like,
confused. That's why I was laughing
yeah,
so much.
I like that. Way to go. Way to go.
See, what you have to do is you have to sprinkle in a little bit of truth that sounds real, and then twist it. You know, I'm like,
I think you're taking advantage of that Steve-O charm. You know you have a hold on me, okay? You're taking advantage of it.
I've put a spell on you.
Because you're mine.
Mine.
No, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Are we doing the CCR version or the what was the other?
I was thinking more like Black Church.
Okay.
Do it.
Go.
Like an actual black church, or is that the name of some obscure indie band
Dude,
now?
Black Church.
It's just a bunch of
That does
fucking
sound
white
cool.
dudes.
Yeah, it does. With a real skinny chick with long dark hair as the singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't make it very far. MasterCard would revoke their credit card.
That's nice.
All right, can you? I'm thinking maybe you guys sing us out, and then that'll be the end of the show.
Oh, is this it? Has it been?
It was like an hour and something.
Yeah, it's an hour and something.
I have a pretty good sense. I don't ever keep time, but I'm generally pretty damn close onto our standard time.
You know, I was never really that good at playing bass, but I was good at time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important. I put a spell on you.
He's already in it.
He's in it. Yeah, it's hilarious. Thank you, Brian, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
thanks,
I've had a lot of fun,
It was
guys.
a lot
Yeah,
of
let's
fun.
not make this the last time, okay?
I thought you were gonna say, "Let's not make this a habit."
I missed it. Oh, what a good opportunity.
At some point we got to get both. I was going to say you and Jerry fight it out for the #1 alternate spot, but I'd rather have both you and Jerry on and have you just fight.
Yeah.
Jerry's gonna be on. I'm gonna pull what Steve-O thought that teacher should have done. I'm just gonna say, let's just give it to him. I don't want to be in the same room with him. Jerry, you fucking fuck. Your daughter, she's not even going to school. She just moved to Nashville to get the fuck away from you.
Oh man.
Thank you, Haywood Banks, for our theme song.
Yes, thank you, Haywood Banks. Hey, you guys want to leave us a voicemail? You can do that. You can leave us suggestions, comments, stuff we should talk about on the show at 865-316-6955.
Brian, you got to say it again in a funny way. That's what Dave does.
Say what again?
What
Say
he
the
just
number.
said.
The phone number.
You say it, and I'll say it after you.
865-316-6955.
865.
I can't remember all the numbers. I was meaning like you say 865.
Okay.
316.
316. It's okay. First, okay, here's how you remember. 865 spells out vol.
Vol.
VOL. All right. 316, everyone's favorite verse, John 3:16. Hello. 69, everyone's favorite position, and 55.
The age that we hope to aspire to live.
At least. Yeah, at most.
Yeah.
I feel like this is too much pressure.
It's done. Yeah.
It's
That's
done.
over. We've said it several times.
I'm sorry. I let you guys down.
Okay, I like that 865 you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Shit
did
was
like
fire, wasn't it?
It was.
I spit hot rhymes.
Okay. Leave us.
Leave
a
it-
like or whatever
yeah.
thing.
Leave a 5-star review on iTunes. That'd
Oh,
be sweet.
You guys gotta sing that song. Sing that song to get us out of here.
I put a spell on you. And now you're
Because you're
gone.
mine. Oh,
Mine.
What was that?
Mine.
I put a spell on you. I feel like gyrating makes it better. Because you're mine.